Wednesday morning on CFAM or Radio 950. That means it's time for another In the Mayor's Chair. This time around, it's with Scott Crick, of course, Mayor for the town of Morris. And Scott, we're joining each other via Teams today as our schedules are fairly busy right now. And one reason you and Council and Administration are quite busy is, of course, it is budget season. What's the latest you can share?
Well, currently as council, we're working with the various committees, such as Public Works, the Fire Department, Administration, and Recreation are the main ones to work through all of the budget detail items for the upcoming year. We're currently still in the committee stage, so we're still reviewing and looking at our various expenditures as a town. So, of course, if any individuals wanted to give feedback at this early stage of the budget versus waiting until the town presentation, by all means, please send your feedback into info@townofmorris.ca. As council, of course, we will always attempt to spend the taxpayers' money in a responsible manner. But sometimes it's good to also hear if people have priorities that maybe we at council may not be aware of. So by all means, if anyone would like to contribute or have feedback towards budget, please write in. We'd love to hear it.
And I understand that we have an event that is happening tonight, Scott. It's featuring Maureen Matthews at the Multiplex.
Tonight at the Morris Multiplex, the Truth and Reconciliation Committee of Morris is hosting Dr. Maureen Matthews, who will be coming to talk about the history of treaties in Canada, and is an educational thing for a lot of people to understand truly what the government's obligation is under these treaties and where the government has or has not necessarily met what they've agreed to with our First Nations people. So I think for some people, they get challenged in understanding the history of why are we where we are today. I think this could be a very informative and educational meeting for somebody who'd like to have better understanding of that.
We want to turn our attention to a recreation item, specifically flag football, and we're putting the call out, Scott, for some coaching help.
Well, it's an excellent program coming to the community, and I know it's really an initiative of the Canadian Football League, and they really want to help drive familiarity and participation in football. Obviously, tackle football isn't for everyone, but flag football is a great way to play the game. There's no barriers of entry. Kids get to go out and get fit. They learn to work together as a team. It's just an absolutely excellent program that's going to be offered. However, there is still a need for some coaches. The program isn't long. It starts in May and it goes until mid-June. And I do know the call has gone out a few times. So again, I'll put the call out that there is a requirement for a few more coaches. If that was something that you had interest in, or you believe that you knew someone that could have interest in it, please reach out to our recreation department at recreation@townofmorris.ca, and they'll be happy to take your volunteerism or have a discussion about what exactly is required. I do know that no coaching experience is required. Everybody who is in the program will be trained. So it could be a really fun activity, especially as the weather starts to turn nice.
In my younger days, Scott, I did play the game Mario Kart from time to time, but I will not be participating in a Mario Kart tourney because I'm slightly aged out. But you did want to mention it for the families who have kiddos on spring break.
Absolutely. And the Recreation Department will be hosting a Mario Kart tournament on Friday, April 4th at the Multiplex at 11 a.m. That is coincided with spring break. So depending on what the weather is doing that week, people may really, really, really want to get out of the house, and this is a great opportunity to do it. It is age limited, unfortunately, Chris, as you highlighted. You're not allowed to play, neither am I. Certainly is something offered for the students while they're on spring break. So it could be a lot of fun. Again, if interested in participating, please reach out again to the Recreation Department at recreation@townofmorris.ca.
Scott Crick, he's the mayor of Town of Morris, joining us this morning for another In the Mayor's Chair on CFAM Radio 950. As always, you can have another listen when you have time, including right now on the Pembina Valley online app.